Life is beautiful. Gonna get it what you got. Gonna get what you give. Life is great. Life is grand. Life is good. Oh, really? All right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. My headset broke last week. My new one sucks. Clearly can't even get it to work. So all I have right here is a mic over top of my ears. So I'll make it more comfortable. So I have no sound, but you have sound, which is you're more important to me. Let me fill my glass with some tequila. Mm. Mm. All right, I guess we'll go. Good enough, huh? Thank you for your patience. Yeah, 2 cans and a whole bunch of string, yeah. Let me just say the world of headsets have gone from good to sucky. You either want crappy headsets for your stupid Microsoft chat. Who the hell does that? Or you're a gamer and you got a couple of shoe boxes on your head. That's the world of headsets these days. You can get some for $7.99 or $90 and up, but they're giant. But anyways. Hey, let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. So please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to 2017. Oh, we made it. Whoa, 2017, best year ever. Yeah. My name is Wayne. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com, and I am grateful to you for being a client. You cannot be happy without being grateful. Did you know that? Think of it. You can buy everything in the world that you want. Giant house, super fast car, watch that has moon dust on it. And you may still not be happy. But I'm grateful for you in my life, and therefore I am happy. Yes, Ron, I did. And I replied, but I don't think you got it back. But I did thank you very much. Namaste to Ron for sending me cigars. I appreciate that. Haven't had time to sit and relax. Yeah, but appreciate that. Hey, I do these strategy sessions for you every Monday through Thursday here at Forex.Today, 7:30 in the morning, 2 hours before Wall Street opens. It's approximately London lunch. Every Friday, I do a webinar at FX Street, where I'm also Forex Speaker of the Year. So that's really cool, man. Let's see, I got to restart the charts. All right, hopefully this ain't a problem. All right, hang on. Add charts. Only rebooted the room 5 times. Cool. Don't know Ryan and doubt it, Ryan. So really don't know. Okay. Holy smokes. 7:43 in the morning and I am ripper tired. All right. So let's start with Euro Noki. We thought maybe perhaps it would get super weak at the end of the year. Didn't really do it, huh? So that I guess the lesson there is stop listening to little birds that sit on your shoulder, right? Yeah. So if you don't recall, a little birdie told me this was going to spike up kind of like this. Nope. But look how it did kind of pop back in November into the roll reversal, down to the double bottom, back to the resistance, this one being here. Right? And down. Cool. Pretty neat, actually. What do you think? Well, certainly euro is weak, right? A little bit of a positive move in oil, which would push Noki up, which would push this euro Noki down. Gregor likes the colors. Coolio. Okay, so anyways, that's that. We'll get rid of that. I had that up looking for a big, spike, which never appeared. Okay. There was a little move for Mexican peso strength right near the end of the year, and then it's gone again. So it didn't last very long. Getting closer and closer to the Trump effect. Remember, at the end of the year, or at the end of the month, this pair often drops. This month, no so much. What do you want? Yen yen? Yeah, you can see it breaching. We'll pull back to 118. Got to get it while you can. Got to get it while it's good. So I don't know. Not a good entry, but I'm in. Don't judge me. How dare you? You don't judge me. Yeah. Anyways. So nothing really amazing to say about that. We'll go here. So we topped out buck 36 and some change. What happens? Double top holds. Crazy, really? So are you going to trade it down? Are you going to trade the 5-8 cross down? The best way to do that is fib the sucker, drop into a smaller time frame. And there's the 382. What do you stink? Then you can catch it this way and trap it in a range if you want. Now, if you're a bull and you want this to go back up, you don't buy it here. You might buy it here. You certainly can buy it here. You buy it at support, jam your stop, and play it like a range with an emphasis of breaking up if you're a bull. If you're a bear, do the opposite. Okay, you'd be a little afraid of the consolidation actually because it's supposed to be trending. So clearly it's not trending. But if you're going to do anything as a bear, you'd want to sell it near this 382. Well, down, down. Now, to me, it smells more like a 50%. Weekly central, etc., etc., etc. Weekly M3 is exactly 618. Okay, so your typical trend would be more like that, wouldn't it? Life is green, life is green. Right? I'll even go there. Wouldn't that be pretty typical? Sam wants to know how I see the weekly pivot. I use an indicator. How do you get weekly pivot point onto the charts? I use a pivot point indicator. So anyways, we can take a bigger look at that one. That's wrong. Let me flip that over. Boom. Okay. Now, were there any bulls here? Did anyone buy this expecting oil to go down? It's the proper play. Anybody do it? So we know the swing trading strategy is if you're a bull, you buy it at weekly M2, and your target's going to be weekly M4. All right, that's the standard operating procedure in an uptrend. See, that's the issue, isn't it? Because that doesn't look like an uptrend, right? But it doesn't mean you can't do it. You just got to realize you're doing a bullish trend type pattern, right? The higher high, higher low scenario is a trend. So you don't always just buy it at M2 if it's a downtrend, right? Because then you're catching a falling knife. But you can still try. So if you bought it at the M2 on Sunday morning, it's the right thing to do, in fact. Right? That is the right thing to do. Just realize you're assuming more risk than if you were doing it in an uptrend. So just be careful. Make sure you understand what you're doing, right? There's no problem. So the standard operating procedure for weekly swing for a weekly swing trade is buy it at M2 and take profit up in the red zone. Typically, that's weekly M4. That would be your conservative target. But look at the cluster, MR1, WR2. So you kind of, wouldn't you imagine that someone wants to get it up there? Right? So who knows, right? Now, bear, of course, is going to want to get it to weekly M3 and drop it like it's hot. Make sure you know what you're doing. Okay? Ryan wants to know about profit taking. Is it by choice or by law? It's choice. You can do whatever you want. And that is the whole issue. Not everybody wants the same thing. Cool. Okay. One of the things I wanted to show is the breakout. Here's the old support from what, last week? The week before last week? Whatever. Before the holidays, during the holidays. Anyways, notice how we got this wedged at support. Finally, it did pop and it did move up today. And that would give strength to not just Noki, as we saw earlier against the euro, but it would also give strength to CAD. And maybe just maybe all commodity currencies, right? So the yen pairs, if you recall, CAD yen was on the daily 21, Kiwi yen was on the daily 21. Aussie yen was just below the daily 21. Euro yen is just garbage. And pound yen was about kind of daily 21, right? We're looking at positive oil news. And I love how the media always like makes a good reason for why things happened, huh? Did you read that? Oh, it's Oman. What? Yeah, it's Oman. What? Oman. They stuck to the oil cuts. It's Oman. Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, you're right. It, Oman just rocked the entire global economy. You're right. Why didn't I think of that? Poor media people. Well, that's what it said in the Reuters press release. Uh-huh. So anyways, oil went up because of Oman. Thank you, Oman. Muy bien. Yeah, you didn't know they spoke Mexican? Yeah, there you go. All right, so yeah, here we are. What's that? There's a funny line in here, but anyways, here we are. These are monthly pivots for the new year. Nothing incredibly in play on the low side, but we are definitely on the pivot now, right? But if oil goes up, CAD yen goes up, right? The thing I wanted to point out is going back to the daily. Look at that drop back to the daily 21, huh? Yeah, but all right. Let's change this. Let's get rid of the monthlies here. I'm going to change the template to my standard template. And look at Stokies, huh? Look at the Stokes. Stoke Meister, Stokerama. Yeah, Ripper, huh? Notice it was here for like a week or more, week and a half before it rolled up. Right, kind of cool, right? So you would assume if we're going to make a higher high, this MACD is going to cross up, right? It's crossed down because the angle and separation between the 21 and 55 has diminished. But with a higher high, that would change. So you're going to want a higher high if you're a bull. What? So that CAD yen looks pretty nice. I still have it busting on this one if you think oil's coming down. So it's just I don't think oil's going to go up to 60 is the problem, right? So you need to decide which one you want to do. It's funny how I drew this a week ago. Funny, huh? This was probably a pivot point or something last week or last month, I should say. But anyways, we're sort of in the zone. 88 may be good enough. And then remind yourself that this is now, remember right here was a monthly pivot. In fact, these wicks went over it, right? So it was like that was a monthly pivot as well as 88. It's not quite daily R2. So obviously it's a daily pivot profit zone, right? Because the M4 R2 is going to be right on that. Maybe good enough, right? Yeah. Sorry. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. What do you think here? Look at it, right at the London Open, it dropped. Cool, huh? Yeah, Gregors, that's how it goes, right? So what are you going to do here? Are you going to trade it at the 21? Are you going to fib the drop? Are you going to sell at the reversal, the roll reversal? Which one are you thinking about? This one? Maybe test back at 1150. What's your plan on this? Right? See, can you see why I I started using the 5/8 cross 100 million years ago? Just look at on this chart, huh? Whether you're bull or bear, it doesn't matter, right? Look at these. Even if you're a bear, in an uptrend, it's still decent. And then when it heads down, it's decenter. Or if it's or you're buying it in a bullish market, you're doing very well. If you keep buying it, you're just doing less well. And that's how it's supposed to go. Kind of nice moves. So you could have sold it in London yesterday, made money, and then you said, well, I'll sell it in London today and made money. It's pretty complicated stuff. Okay. So we're caught on the weekly pivot. You got to be careful as a bear. Did you post a trade plan on Forex.Today? Seems like most of the regular people did. What about everybody else? Well, let me ask it differently. Who's going to post a trade plan today and tomorrow? I mean, it's it's the whole part of the community, right? So there's YJ. I just noticed you posted there, YJ. What are you doing, YJ? Where'd you go, bro? Uh, Jimmy, James, what issues? Yeah, YJ's back. Right on, YJ. Right on, YJ. Yeah, don't be sorry, man. Don't be sorry. All right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm really tired today. No excuse. Pound yen, higher high, higher low scenario, right? Ay, 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 ay. Dream, dream, viva. Right. So that's the permission to catch the knife. CAD yen, higher high. Kiwi yen, higher high. Look at this one. I guess we'll look a little closer. Let me clean this up. Ay, 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 ay. Down, some consolidation, break above or break out. Now you're probably waiting to sell all of these though, right? I thought we fixed that for you, James. So if we're all waiting for yen strength, that's fine. Okay. In that case, what we're looking at is, you want to sell here, right? So is that what you're doing? What do you think? All right, well, you got to let me know, James, because you're like the only person, or there are very few people, will say. Not sure what it is. You got to let me know. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Right, so this would be resistance, wouldn't it? Remember, if you're a bear, the question you ask yourself is, where's the next level of resistance? You might have tried WM3, you might have been staring at WR1, but now we're definitely in another place, right? And does it seem like weekly M4 was respected? Yeah, could be, right? Well, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, huh? Think you're a big bear. Well, what's the plan, Stan? Next lower high, double top at WM4. What? Right? You want it to what? Drop below the weekly central? That's 100 pips, right? Are you going to sell it between 80 and 00 with a stop above 20? So the R pivot is support for you? Is that what you're saying? Okay. So why not just sell it at the weekly M4 when it was there, when it was coming up to 82? What was wrong with that? Just selling it at resistance. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So no, we're all awake now, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Someone posted a link, but I mean, you just Google, man, right? Waiting for the dairy. Yeah, take it, Ryan. So they're there, is all I'm saying, right? There's enough information on these. This one doesn't seem to have been respected as much, so you stand ready. Hmm? So up near 85.50 would be shortable, right? Sharp, sharp. Right, so there's definitely a be ready zone, right? 85 and some change. Do you want to sell Aussie? Yeah. Maybe not right this second, but sure. Nothing wrong with that, right? So remember though, you're predicting the future, and I think most of you are simply using my prediction, not your prediction, right? So you got to be a bit careful. I could be wrong. It's plausible. So, you need to practice in the sense of, imagine this was your guess. You know what I mean? Right? So if it were your guess and we're looking at this, it doesn't seem to be happening like, let's say, on Aussie. It doesn't look like it's going down. So you need to be clear of like what are you looking for, right? What are you looking for? What's it going to be? You you need to recognize it when you see it, right? You say, that's my reversal pattern, and then be ready. And then ideally, it's not just one currency, multiple are doing it, right? So, anyways, that's that. So prepare. Yeah, it has happened. Just but remember, some of that is my alpha, I think. So it's just practice being prepared. Practice being a bear in an uptrend. Don't be overly aggressive. Don't feel like it has to happen. Those are the things that losing traders do, right? So practice being prepared. Practice looking for resistance if you're looking for the market to turn bearish. Practice being at the right place at the right time. So you're like, I'm sleeping at the middle of London Open. Well, get your ass up. Because you know it's going to do it, right? That's when it's going to flip, the beginning of the market, right? So, anyways, if that's what you want, if you want to be hugely successful, then do whatever it takes. So anyways, euro dollar. Okay. There's the sell zone. Funny, huh? Some big moves, faux show. So this is with some daily pivots, the open, the close, the fib levels, and the news. Do you like the news there, guys? It's a little bothersome, isn't it? Sometimes it's nice to know that there's something coming up, though, right? U.S. construction spending month over month. German CPI. Yeah, it seems bearish. Yeah, what a shocker. What a shocker, eh? Now this was interesting, wasn't it? Were you there? Did you see this? I think it might have been in the afternoon, right? But I watched this. It went crazy for no reason, and someone pushed the market and hit some stops. It's just interesting. Yeah, neat, huh? Unfortunately, I took some losses like on the last day of the month or something. I mean, I think it was, right? I mean, it just went up there and then, yeah, didn't work out for me. Too bad. Kind of, I think it reduced my numbers a little bit. It was unfortunate. Oh my God. Oh, it was unfortunate. But it's one of these things. I wake up in the morning and I don't want to buy euro dollar, right? I, you may not know what you are going to do, but I know what I'm not going to do, and that is buy the euro dollar. Makes it so much easier to not guess all the time, right? Feels so good not to have to guess. Life is great, life is grand, life is good. Still looks like a reasonable trade plan, right? What do you think? Okay. You don't see it here. You got to go back and back and back. And here's one sell zone and the next sell zone. Still looks fine to me. Okay. And then go back to the daily. Now zoom back in. I think that 21's working for us, isn't it? That this 21's going to squeeze us lower. What do you think? Yeah, well, blah. It's looking bullish. Well, all right. Let's talk about it. Is the market consolidating? I'd say no. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower. It may not be moving as fast as you would want. Oh, on the 1 hour. Well, la di da da. Okay. So I don't know. Like I said, this is going up. You're saying the Stokes is going up. All right. Well, what we'll find out is it'll head down if this 21 holds. So to me, it's still trending. Sure, it moves. It hasn't changed price in 3 months, but it ain't going up, right? You see what I mean? So I don't know, but like, look what happened here. Look, we were at 173. Sorry, what 171. Now we're at 121. So that's 5,000 pips down. And so it may be trending. Maybe trending down. I don't know. So, all right. So here, yeah. All right. So let's change the, I guess the time frame we're discussing, right? So we can do like templates, weekly pivots. So this is the sell zone, right? There's this price and this price are the two prices that a bear would look for Monday morning, right? And together they create a sell zone, but those are in particular the prices. You could say just by definition, right? 123.55, 123.04. But if you do that, you wouldn't be consolidating, right? That's a trend trade, isn't it? So, ignorance is bliss, I guess. You just have to be pig-headed enough to just say, well, I see it's going up, but it's so going down. Or at least in this period, you take a shot, right? And that kind of stuff. But we know the markets were not fluid and open and stuff. But still, I mean, there's all kinds of excuses why we're not in this. But at the end of the day, that is the textbook position, right? If you were going to teach a 15-year-old about the markets and how to trade, you say, well, son, let me teach you about weekly swing trading. First of all, you need a weekly pivot points, and if you're a bear, right, so on and so forth. It's just how it is. It's amazing how often it works, huh? It's amazing where if you only knew two things, your bias, being bullish or bearish, and a weekly swing strategy. Oh, historically, cable tends to weaken in January? I don't know anything about that. I don't know. That's not my alpha, baby. Right? So anyways, if you just happen to only know those two things, you know, there would be weeks where you wouldn't trade, many weeks where you don't trade, but I think the weeks you do trade, you'd probably make money. La 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 la. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, yeah. The oscillators don't look like they're helping, but you know, be careful. The other point I wanted to make is you use oscillators to make decisions in a range-bound market. If it's trending down, yet oscillators are heading up, they're not telling you to buy. They're not telling you the market's bullish. It's telling you that bears have taken profit. But in my humble opinion, if they just made profit, they're going to sell again. Hey? Aye? Dairy auction's not far away. We should get the Kiwi news in a bit. So once again, if you sort of wake up in the morning and know what you want to do on the pound, then all you have to use a chart for is to find out if you have a good price. Just so much less work, right? Do I have a good price for doing what I want to do? No. All right, maybe later. Not a lot really set up at right this second, huh? Definitely not trending on this time frame, but definitely trending on this time frame. We're in a bullish buy zone in a bearish trend. Jeff, I don't trade anyone else's system, so I have no. Boom, 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 boom. It's one of these things. Uh, I've been trading longer. Been trading Forex longer than the guy who invented your sniper system, whatever that is. right? Where was he 15 years ago? Would have been nice. I was so lonely. So anyways, you got to put it all in context, right? What's going on? Wake up in the morning and I go outside. Take a big breath and I get real high. Don't worry, be happy. Ooh, 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 ooh. What's going on? Oh, it looks like my layout all the time. Yeah. Well, I probably taught the guy how to trade then. Okay. Look at these pivots and stuff. Just funny, huh? It's way out there. Take a big breath, it'll get real high. Don't worry. How come I don't use a regression line? You think I should use a regression line? Yeah. Put it in your Forex.Today trade plan and we can go. Oh. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Why do they usually have regression lines in the standard MT4 setup? So funny. Yeah. So if you download TradersWay MT4, it's not like I've gone through and chosen what indicators go in there. So pig kiwi. Well, I'm bearish on both, Gray, so I don't want to do that. Okay. I don't mean to be pissy, but I'm not going to be able to give you good analysis if my brain is set in stone, right? Nothing's going to look good to me. Even if it might, and it might be there, right? So then you look at it like, well, Wayne doesn't like it, so I'm not going to do it. Well, whoa, whoa, bro, right? Whoa. If it looks good to you, set it up, take the trade, right? But yeah, but see, I can tell you right off the bat, that's it. I'm neutral. Just right off the bat, I don't even need to look at a chart. So obviously that's going to influence what I see, right? But if I'm bearish on both, I'm neutral. I don't want to look at a chart. But and that may be the difference between me and you, right? I don't know. Maybe you may not be. You might be bullish on the Kiwi because of what's happening right now. That may be the actual correct thing to be. You see what I mean? Sarah, I thought I did that one already. Didn't I start with that one? So anyway, so I don't mean to be rude about it. It's just I'm not going to give you good analysis, or I'm going to change your opinion, but your opinion's probably right. The fact that I'm neutral means I don't want to look at it. I don't want to make an opinion. I don't want to decide, right? Because the other way around is you look at a chart and you decide, but I don't do it that way. So I don't want to look at the chart because I'm neutral and I don't need to see it. So, but yeah, no, Jeff, that's okay. No, so Jeff, here's my story. I've been trading longer than MT4's been around. Um, I've been, I, you know, I've been trading longer than pivot points were available on a Forex chart. The first pivot points ever to be put onto a Forex trading platform was code that I paid someone to create, and I installed them on my deal book at GFT. And like 3 years later, I had taught so many people how to trade with pivot points that clients were banging on their door begging for the pivot points. So GFT contacts me and they're like, will you give us your pivot points? We need to put it, right? So you see what I mean? So why don't I use regression lines? I don't know. No one taught me. I didn't that were available to me at the time. There's not too many of them. And I fiddled around with them enough that they helped me describe and understand what was happening in the market. And once you get to that point, you just don't need any more. I guess I could. I mean, there's nothing wrong with reversion. I mean reversion and aggression, and I mean they're clearly there. Fine, but very often they occur after a trend is peaked. But I've already identified that. You see what I mean? Because I'll use like leading indicators. I'll use price. I'll use time. I'll use like pivot points, for example, that are support and resistance of the market. So those things tend to happen at very logical places. And if I'm already expecting there, I'm not looking for a mean reversion. I'm probably just out of the market, or I'm already trading in that new direction. Another way of looking at it is there's only one time of the week where I look to counter trend trade. And let me change the currency pair and find one that's set up. I need just standard weekly pivots. Let's see, none of them have weeklies, huh? All right, let me add my standard template here for weeklies. Okay. So when you find weeks where you're way outside the red and green areas, I look to counter trend. So if we're below the green or above the red on a Friday, I tend to want to trade back to the new, which hasn't happened yet, new central pivot. So if I'm way up here, I may actually short, even though it's incredibly bullish, because mean reversion, regression, profit taking, counter trending, whatever you want to call it. And of course, this one doesn't have an example. Maybe it does. Let's see. Maybe like this one, right? You see? What did I said? Back to the central pivot, right? Look, way down here, back to the central. Look, way outside, back to the central. Oh, look, it even touched it to the pip that week. Mama, 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 mama. Anyways, that's that. You know what? Whatever. Pick another one. Euro Kiwi, Euro CAD. Okay, obviously, like Euro ZAR. Obviously, I haven't been watching this chart. Let's add pivot points. Template, weekly pivots. Here's one, way outside, back to the pivot point. All right, only happened that one time. Here's one, way outside, back to the pivot, but I wouldn't count that. That's just craziness. So anyways, so you can see I have very particular behaviors in the market just because I'm so damn old and so damn beautiful. And beautiful people just don't have to work as hard. So, why don't I use a regression line? I don't know. Just, you know, sort of set in my ways. I sell there and make money. I mean, that's it. What more do I need? So, yeah, yes, Lewis, that would be right. Yeah, retired ex supermodel. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, open, high, low, close. Yeah, as compared to a different formula, you mean, Lewis? By the way, thanks for all the questions. It's really good. Okay, look at this. Pound Singapore dollar. Okay, pound Singapore dollar. Way outside the pivot zone, back to the central pivot. Or is this the one we just did? It is the one we just did. I thought it's labeled Eurozar. No wonder. Sorry, I thought I had mixed them up. All right, well, do I have a Eurozar? Who wants Euro? Who wants Czar? Right? It's only Rand. That's the one thing I learned in South Africa. Like, that's it? That's all you learned? That one thing? Yeah, it's only Rand. What was it? It was going to be Euro Zara. Yeah, is it? There is no Euro Zara anymore, is there? Euro. It's not even on here anymore. Oh, you see, yeah, it's right over here. Yeah, it's gone. Huh? It used to be there apparently. Oh, maybe it was just a different, yeah, platform. So let's just pick a random one. Kiwi CAD. No, that wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be trending. I don't know any of these. US. All right, let's do Denmark. Okay, yeah, let's do Denmark. Wake up in the morning and I go outside. Outside the pivots back to the central pivot point. All right, maybe that one didn't work. Look at this. This one didn't work. I guess that's why I don't trade it, huh? Yeah, this one doesn't work so well, but notice I don't trade it. So maybe that's the whole issue, right? Yeah, Jeff, we're here every day. We're here every day, and I charge a fair price. Do you know what that fair price is? The fair price the fair price is loyalty, respect, and opening account at TradersWay. That's all that's asked. So that means posting at least one trade plan per day at Forex.Today, and attending the webinars and asking questions. But make sure you show your respect and loyalty as well by opening an account at TradersWay.com. That's the whole point. It's the whole point of this, of being here, right? Yeah. Well, right on, Jeff. Yeah, I think you can tell I'm running out of steam, huh? I was hoping to get the dairy numbers, but I don't, I don't know if it came out. I don't think so. At least I haven't been updated. I don't have the website in front of me, so. But, did I even do pound dollar for the weekly pivot? Well, you know what? Let's just. I apologize for the problems in the beginning. My fancy new headset sucks. Only spent hours and hours looking for one. So I got this. Yeah, well, Lewis. First of all, everyone else here knows what I'm looking for because I'm clear about it ahead of time. So if you're a bull or a bear on something and New York is opening soon and you believe you're at a support or resistance area, then yeah, I think you need to get ready and do something. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to tell you what to do, but what I teach you every day is create a bias through long-term technical analysis. If you can't do fundamentals, that'll be good enough. So that won't change between yesterday and today and tomorrow. So you wake up in the morning and you're like, I want to sell pound dollar. Wow, right? That's all. So that when you do go to your charts, you're simply looking for price levels. Is this a good price level to sell pound dollar? Right? And the best time of day is right as London is opening, right as New York is opening. So if you're a bear and you're at resistance right, at this time of day, yeah, you should probably look for your tactical entries. That's why my book is Strategic and Tactical Forex Trading. You got your strategy set, you're a bear on pound dollar, for example, and you can give all these great reasons why. That's your strategy. Tactically, you're like, all right, the markets are opening, we're at resistance, I'm going to look for oscillator rollovers, moving average crossovers, candlestick patterns, you know, for the wind to blow southeast. And if I get all that, boom, right, drop it like it's hot, whatever, right? But you certainly don't need to tell me, need me to tell you that, because you probably planned it out yesterday. Okay. And speaking about yesterday, how about tomorrow? I'm going to be here tomorrow. Will you be here tomorrow? North by Northwest, always. Yeah, like a charm, huh? Cool. Good to see you, YJ. YJ's been missing in action for, what, a year? So, yeah. Yeah. Well, I think so. You went away, you lost some weight, you stopped smoking, you spent hours and hours and hours growing your mind, right? Yeah, no, I'd say 8 years. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, really, honestly, it's really good to have you back. I'm sorry I'm yawning. That's no disrespect. Oh. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Awesome. Thank you for being on my team, guys. I really do appreciate you. And like I said, I don't know if my mic was working or not, but maybe I should say it out loud again. I'm I have gratitude that we have a relationship and that we do this every day. I have a lot of gratitude for that. And that you need gratitude to be happy. You can't buy a watch and a fast car and a bigger house and be happy. What you'll find out is you'll get all of those stuff and you might be happy for a very short amount of time, like, oh my God, I finally bought a Ferrari. But after that last very small amount of time, because the physiological aspect of that is that we need to make decisions. Our brain needs to make decisions. There's fight or flight, but there's also like a guide. How do we decide what's the right path for our life? And our brain does these things, and we use emotions to try to do what works more often and do what doesn't work less often, and we use emotions for that. And so there's a short-term happiness where you're like, I finally bought a Ferrari, right? But after a while, it doesn't matter at all. And you may not be happy. You know what I mean? You may not be happy. You can buy the nicer watch, you can buy a faster car, you can have a nicer house, and still not be happy. And I bet you know people like this. They're like, look at them. They have all of that. Why are they not happy? And it's usually because they're not grateful. It's not the wealth. And you've probably met people that are fairly poor, maybe totally poor, and they're happy. You're like, why are these guys so happy? But they're grateful for what they have. You see the difference? And so I'm a fairly happy person, and think it's partially because I'm grateful for our relationship, and I just wanted to say that. So thank you for being on my team and being here every day. You keep life interesting and meaningful. I like that. I'm grateful for you, and it makes me happy. Yeah. So I'll see you tomorrow, huh? Cheers.